Are we live now? Can you actually hear me talk? Hope y'all were able to hear me talk the entire time I was talking. Bet you I should start over. Purple lines are the value areas, value area high, value area low, and you get that from a position that was pulled back in the past. Wants me to buy it from where I got it from. Don't know exactly. I must have not created those as rays. You see here, normally I create them as rays, and it will tell you where I pulled the value areas from. Let's get back over here. So yeah, sorry about the mic. Apparently, I had muted the mic on OBS and didn't realize it. Awesome days, awesome days. Let's skip back down to the 4 hour real quick so I can show you what I was looking at here. And we deviated here. Great time, like I was saying before, great time because there was bearish divergent. You deviated that value area, and it went all the way back down to the value area low. We retested the POC before we broke up here. So I would suspect it to at least reach back to the value area high. And then we can see if we can get back to higher highs. You have a macro area high that's been pulled from a long ways, and that's trying to get back over this at 47.1 on the Kraken chart. But I pulled a fib from the local high from the local low, and its golden pocket retracement brings it back down to retest the golden pocket of the major move that created this golden pocket here, which is from the bottom to the local high. And that's the golden pocket there that we have already retraced all the way through the 887 and moved north. So I personally think the ADA USD pair has bottomed and we're going to start going up. But as you can see, I have a couple of different lines here that I have lined out that show you where some resistance could be, even though we could come back down here, but if we do come back and re-see the 37 cent mark, we'll be throwing some US dollars or Bitcoin back into ADA here, and looking at getting some more. I do believe that we'd be going north. Then you can look at these levels here, which would be once you break the value area high and you reclaim it and confirm it as support, then it should start to reclaim these areas one at a time or all at once. Then you have this long-term rising support resistance level that comes back for a while, that you can see that it did, and it had support fell through it, came back, retested as resistance, and has come down. So to think that it won't retest this level in the 54 or 55 cent region once it gets back up to that price range would be kind of stupid to say. Then it will probably find it as support and then continue on. The big thing that you would like to see here is getting back to the macro golden pocket from the all-time high to the all-time low. This would be the golden pocket retracement for us to break through for what you would consider a ADA bull market. And then that's up in the 110, 112 to 122 range. But as this one said, we're going to be talking about World Mobile, but I look at everything in ADA pairs. Sometimes I look things in USD. More time than not, those are Bitcoin and ADA, and sometimes ETH to look at what ETH is doing. And let's get over to World Mobile. This is the one that you probably came here to see from the thumbnail. It has all kinds of crazy colors and lines. And Tradefly, if you're still here, you're sitting here looking at all of my the lines on your screen. All right. So if you zoom out for this big zoom out here, that get that past that was when it came into the market, so it likes to try to bring it to be really giant there. All right, so we're looking at the World Mobile ADA pair on the daily chart. So this is back in 2022 here, once it came in and came down into what is this giant range that you can see that we have here. So this larger dotted line on my screen at 58.4 is the value area high of this visible range. This is the POC, and this is the value area low. The value area low all the way down here at 0.285, and if we get to see 0.285 ADA World Mobile token, we're going to be taking some loans out somewhere. But we had a large bounce from the value area low and came back past the value area high. And if you understand value area, once you get up above it, it is you've deviated. You should look for bearish signs, and in this zone here, this was a bearish divergence that was awfully bearish divergent. So if you would have been good to short from here or sell or whatever, you would do, but that would be a notation of where you would think it would actually be peaking for the moment. It came back in and it did try to get going a little bit. I had a triangle here. I was thinking we were going to go north from here. It had good price targets out. And these were fib extension levels from this range, which may still prove to be good. That's why I left them up there. But we have broken out of this triangle. Let's zoom in a little bit. We had broken out of this triangle, and its target was down here, which I really was hoping that we didn't see, but, you know, it's fine. This is when we broke back into the major value area, and each one of these different colors lines are different value areas that were pulled for different areas. So that's how you would go back and find these on the chart. So you would find these, and you would get in here and you would find your fixed range volume profile. You would go from one level to the next, and it will give you this range here that it has just populated on the screen. And what I do is then I take array and I go from the value area high to the low, which when I pull it this time, it was a little different. I may not have captured it exactly. You may have captured it on a 4-hour time frame. And this is a daily, so to pull it a little different. And then mark them, and then they go to the right forever. So to think in the way you do technical analysis is you look at what the past has done, and more times than not, it's not 100%, but more times than not, the past time frames become very valuable. Looks like I have deleted one of my lines. There we go. Deleted one of my lines. There we go. So teaching you about that a little bit. So then as we broke out of this, we were looking at all of these as resistance levels. And if you zoom in and come down to the 4-hour chart, you can see how even on an ADA pair traded on DEXs, that volume areas do exist and they follow. We hit the target of out of the triangle. The triangle is essentially done. We have hit the target to the bottom. Now there is another level that was pulled when I went out to the daily or 12-hour chart here. And this was peaks where it was resistance. This time, when it came up to it, we broke out of it viciously. So when you look at this, if you wanted to look at this as a giant triangle, we can do some crazy TA if we want to look at this as a giant triangle. And you would go from there to here, and you would not do that. Then you would take this to the breakout point, and that would be your target that you could look at here. And you could always put this up here as a ray. So you go from this point, and you can change it to whatever color would be something different for you. And you would know that that would be the target out of this giant triangle that you've created here. And apparently TapTools wants me to look at it differently. So this is using TapTools. This is a website that's on Cardano that looks at all of the Cardano dexes, Cardano native tokens, and whatnot there. So as I was saying, we've come down, and if you look at this from the low to the high, the retracement levels here we are at basically meeting the 618, which is the beginning of the golden pocket. And we could come down a little further, but also at the same time, they could be front run here from some news that comes out on the Earthnode call that's this week that makes people bullish, even though we can't really share everything that goes on, but you can tell if there's bullish action after such meeting like that and everything else. The token is going to be being bridged over to a WTMX token. Then it will be on multiple different chains. It'll be on the base chain, on Aerodome. It'll be on all of the places that it already is. Cardano token will still be traded and everything, but there will be a new token that will be issued to change the token name from World Mobile Token, where it says WMT, and get away from Walmart. And know that it is the token that is across the world, World Mobile Token X. That will be the new trading on that. So this could be some sell-off that could happen from that. This was the bullish news. This is the realization of, having some bridge issues, potentials, other things like that. People selling up, saying I'm going to sell and I'll just buy back later. And everything, the inclination of the amount of volume that's going to come across this token once it is on, I do believe, 8 different chains, and it's going to be traded on those many different chains, and that's just the token. We had 2 buybacks this week, one day right after another, And they bought back almost 60,000 of their token from their profit share margin that they are going to use from their product. This is a real world product that is used by more than 100,000 people every single day. And no one is paying attention to this project because, oh my God, it was on Cardano. So just watch. It'll go in base and Coinbase, and everything will blow it all up. And once it gets in the top 100, then everybody will understand why I have been so bullish on this project for so freaking long. Soapbox ended. No, it is not going on your Solana. That is one place that it is not going. So, no, it will not go in your Solana, Eric. Sorry, you will still have to go other places to get World Mobile. But I do believe the program and the plan is essentially, if there's enough population that wants it there, if somebody wants to bring it there, then it's going to be able to be brought there because of how the Earthnodes run on the network, and the Aya chain is essentially going to be a sub chain that can be ran on any chain. And I do believe that this is the very first real partners chain to the base layer of Cardano that has been talked about, that what Midnight produces and what other things. I think this is one of the very first versions that we will see, that it will use a version of Cardano and whatnot, but it is not truly on Cardano's chain. But just like there are plenty of L2s and other things like that on Ethereum. So, in getting what I was coming to here, we're right here. There is a POC from this value, or a value area high line that's yellow. There is a red line there that is the macro value area POC. And we're inside of the golden pocket area here too. So in retracements, it really can come to about here. In my opinion, I would think it wouldn't go much lower than that. But hey, ADA could skyrocket, World Mobile could stay there, the trading pair could be arbitraged, and it could go down further. So there's always those possibilities. But enough about World Mobile. I think y'all know about that. If not, DM me, talk to me on Twitter, get into our Discord on CTV, ask us a lot of things. We know a lot of things that are going on there. We're running Earthnode 71. Devo is our operator, and we'll be doing all of the things for World Mobile there. Talking about CTV, let's get over here and look at CTV. This is our website at adatokenvault.com. I'm a director in this project. It is essentially a project that goes across the Cardano network and does all kinds of things. We hold 1,200 Earth vaults. That's a fractionalized Earthnode that I was just talking about. We have 10,000 ADA bond in Optum. We did have some in Liquid. We removed that one recently, and it went into OADA. That is staked, earning somewhere between 7 and 10%. We also bought 250 AXO. We have a fact position that we earned from an ISPO, and is in a farm that is earning us rewards there that are coming back in the revenue pool. Same thing with the NUM and everything else. So then we can look at what we have. This is the project takes 25 ADA and DCAs into 10 tokens that are chosen by the members in the Discord, and every one of your tokens is a vote. So the more tokens you have, the more say you have. That's the way that governance tokens work. And this is on our website. You can find this. It's updated every so often. and you get this information here, and it's showing where we're at on our positions that we are in. These are just our DCA positions that we have at some point went through a vote to remove a token and add a token. These were added, and they were added for whatever amount of time that they were in. As you can tell, there are some that only have like 75 because they were only in for three epics throughout the time. Then there are some that have more in that we've had in for a longer time because the community felt more about that project at any given time. As you can tell, we put in 1,000 into gens, and we're down 92% on that one. So, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But when Ada runs, we have lots of good projects. There's lots of tokens in here. And I do definitely believe that these, between our OG and our aggro, will flourish beyond just a world mobile or other things like that that we have in that project. So if you'd like any more information on CTV, come and get into our Discord. I have our website also tapped at the top there. And just one more thing I want to talk about. I've talked about Army Piper a little bit. I kind of want to show you my levels that I have for Bitcoin. I don't watch Bitcoin very much, but you do watch Bitcoin because you want to make sure that you can see where the market is going. And the market follows the top dog, which is Bitcoin. So I pulled a fib level over here. Let's come down to the 4 hour. It actually looks better on the hour, really and truly. So I pulled this fib level down here, and you would pull it from the local low, which I pulled from the local low at that point in time. And it was when it ran off, and it was essentially that one candle, pulled one hour candle, 2 hour candle apparently here. And its retracement found the golden pocket. When it's flipped around the other way, it found the golden pocket, and then it came up. And these are the levels, the 1618. And you come down, and it broke it, found it as support, came up, broke the second level, didn't find that as support, but came and found this one as support again. When it broke through the second line, it went all the way to the third line. Then it came back to the second. It came back, found it as support again, broke the third line, went all the way to the fourth line. So we are in a retracement area here. It could just find this fourth line at 6606 as support, or it could come back down to 65.5. But I would see that as coming back up. The next level that you have is a value area high. It'll come in here, and then you come back to the next fib. We're up here at 71,000. And you'd probably come back down, retest, and come blasting up. Then we would be at an all-time high, and everything would be blasting everywhere, and the bulls would be all crazy. And I think that's coming in just a month or two, and whatnot there. So I'll leave you at that, and we'll get into the next video. The next time I come on will probably be tomorrow, to be some of the racing for Cornucopias. Cornucopias has now done an update. We now have leaderboards to where it can actually track who is doing what. So we have the ability to do an event. They're going to be doing an event. They're going to be giving away land plots. So definitely, if you are a Cornucopias holder and you have a player account, or if you haven't and you have it, haven't created an account yet and you have the NFTs, or don't, go buy the NFTs, get in there, get into racing, get in with everybody else. And it's going to be in a North American one, or if I get into this, I'll be broadcasting it live on my channel as well. And that's about it today. So y'all have a great day.